Learn English through story. The Empty Nest. In the heart of a bustling city lived Henry, a successful entrepreneur in his mid-50s. Henry had built a thriving technology company from scratch and enjoyed a life of comfort and luxury. His days were filled with meetings, investments, and high-stakes decisions, but his evenings were often spent alone in his grand, empty home. His two children, Emily and Jake, had moved away years earlier to pursue their own lives and careers, and his wife, Grace, had passed away a few years before. Despite his success, Henry felt an acute sense of loneliness. His home, filled with elegant furnishings and priceless art, felt more like a museum than a home. The achievements and possessions he had accumulated did little to ease the void left by his family's absence. One autumn afternoon, as Henry was strolling through a local park, he noticed a small group of children gathered around an elderly man who was skillfully carving wooden toys. The children were enchanted by the man's creations and listened intently as he told stories about each toy's origin and purpose. Henry approached the group and struck up a conversation with the elderly man, whose name was Harold. He learned that Harold spent his days carving toys and donating them to children's hospitals and shelters. Harold's face lit up with joy as he spoke about the happiness his toys brought to the children. Henry was moved by Harold's dedication and asked, "Why do you spend so much time creating these toys? You could be enjoying a more comfortable retirement." Harold replied with a warm smile, "I've found that the joy of giving is far greater than any comfort I could find for myself. These toys are my way of making a difference, of bringing a bit of happiness into the world." Henry was struck by Harold's words. He had spent his life accumulating wealth and status but had rarely considered how he could use his resources to make a meaningful impact. He admired Harold's selflessness and began to question the purpose of his own life. Over the following weeks, Henry found himself reflecting deeply on Harold's philosophy. He realized that despite his professional success, he had been living a life focused solely on personal gain. He felt a growing desire to find a way to use his resources to contribute positively to society, much like Harold did with his toys. Determined to make a change, Henry began by reaching out to various local charities and community organizations. He started volunteering at a shelter for the homeless and began offering mentorship to young entrepreneurs. He used his business acumen to help local startups gain traction and provided financial support to initiatives aimed at improving the community. One day, Henry received a letter from Emily and Jake. They were coming to visit him for the first time in years and wanted to reconnect. Excited yet apprehensive, Henry wondered how his children would react to the changes in his life. When Emily and Jake arrived, they were surprised to see their father actively engaged in community work. Henry took them to visit the shelter where he had been volunteering and introduced them to the people he had been helping. He also showed them the startups he had supported and the positive impact they were making. Emily and Jake were deeply moved by their father's transformation. They saw a side of him they hadn't known existed, a side that was focused not on material success but on making a difference in the lives of others. During their visit, Henry shared his newfound perspective with his children. "I've realized that true fulfillment comes from using what we have to help others, not just from accumulating wealth. It's about creating something meaningful, something that outlasts our own lives. Emily and Jake were impressed by their father's sincerity and commitment. They both felt inspired to engage in charitable work in their own lives and to find ways to make a positive impact in their communities. Henry's relationship with his children grew stronger as they shared their experiences and goals. The once quiet home was filled with laughter and warmth during their visits, and Henry found joy in reconnecting with his family. He discovered that the happiness he had sought through material success was actually found in meaningful connections and contributions. As the years passed, Henry continued to devote his time and resources to various causes. He became known not just for his business achievements but for his dedication to social impact. His efforts helped to improve the lives of many and fostered a sense of community and support. In the end, Henry's story became a powerful reminder that true fulfillment and happiness come not from the accumulation of wealth and possessions but from the ways in which we use our resources to positively impact the lives of others. By shifting his focus from personal gain to community enrichment, Henry found a renewed sense of purpose and connection, bridging the gap between his past achievements and his present contributions. The emptiness that once symbolized his solitude and loss became a space of opportunity and growth. Henry's journey taught him that a life well lived is one where we give of ourselves generously and find joy in making a difference in the world. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you enjoyed, then please like and share this video and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.